Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. You guys look fantastic. What an entrance. Hi, my name is Katie Mark. I'm the Director of the Arts for the Rockville Center Schools. I am thrilled to welcome you all here to our 6th grade concert, our final spring concert here at Southside Middle School. Please take a moment to silence all your cell phones. These students and their teachers have worked so hard to put on a fabulous performance for you, so let's make sure it remains uninterrupted. I would like to take a moment to thank our Superintendent of Schools, Mr. Matt Gavin, and our entire Board of Education for their incredible support of arts education in our district all year long. We are incredibly grateful. I would also like to thank the Rockville Center Schools community for passing our school budget. Without your support, we wouldn't be able to put on productions like this. Thank you. With us tonight, we have some very important students in the back of the auditorium. They are recording this evening's performance so that our students on stage can watch their performance later on and provide feedback for themselves and assess their skills and move forward and grow. Tonight we have Sam Clodfelter, Louisa Sousa, Louis Teal, and Teddy Toscano under the direction of their teacher, Mrs. Monica Daly. Thank you all for being here tonight. I am thrilled to start our concert tonight. We have the 6th grade band under the direction of Dr. Brendan Beiersdorfer. Thank you. Before our 6th grade orchestra, who sounds fabulous, begins their final piece, I have a very important announcement. Each year we award a scholarship to one middle school, one high school, and one elementary school student. It is the Edith McIntosh Memorial Scholarship, and we've been doing so for decades, and it's an incredible opportunity to honor students who have a true passion in their instrument and would like to pursue it further and need some financial assistance to do so. And I would like to share the narrative that this student shared with her application. The minute I picked up a violin in 3rd grade, my whole love for music began. I originally did not have a plan to do anything with music or instruments, but music made me realize something. Music does not only have a way with sound, but a way with so much more. Emotions and a song, a single song, can make someone cry, smile, be frustrated, be upset, be excited. The possibilities are endless. I want to make people experience these emotions by following my musical dream. My musical dream is to become a professional violin player. I can reach this dream by using the scholarship to help me take private lessons on the violin. One goal that I would like to achieve in private lessons is learning how to play more difficult pieces and learning how to memorize faster. And private lessons can help me participate in NISMA at a higher level every year. A musical dream, one string, one pluck, one dream, one's musical creative mind can make anything happen. I am pleased to award this scholarship to Emma Lombardo.
Congratulations, Emma, on that amazing scholarship. As you guys can hear, I'm sure from the winter into the spring, the growth that the students have in their 6th grade year is just truly remarkable. I'm sure even as just a couple of months ago, as we've been going through rehearsals, the students have been saying, oh, that's sounding really good now, right guys? So, we're going to present our final piece for you. In our more medieval themed concert. It is a favorite of ours, and this is Dragon Hunter. Thank you.
Congratulations to our 6th grade band and our 6th grade orchestra. Didn't they do a phenomenal job? I hope that you can hear the growth from even just the winter concert in January until now, and if you can think back to those 4th grade concerts, which are so essential, those formative years, those teachers are doing such an amazing job laying the groundwork to what you see here tonight and what you will continue to see as your child grows through the program. Tonight we're getting ready for our next ensemble, which is our middle school jazz band. This is a group consisting of 6th, 7th, and 8th grade students, and they rehearse on Thursday evenings. So 6th grade parents, if you have a student who didn't know about jazz band this year, and you like what you hear, and this is something that your child might be interested in, that's something to think about for next year. They rehearse throughout the year. It really is an incredible opportunity to learn about the genre of jazz, basic improvisational skills, and as you'll hear soon, it's a really exciting opportunity. Another amazing thing happening in the district, which is winding down as we near the end of May, which is hard to believe, is our district-wide art show. At the Rockwell Center Public Library, since the beginning of May, we've had on display hundreds of works by students, grades K through 12. So if you haven't had the opportunity to see that yet, please take a little spin around the Rockwell Center Public Library. Students in grades kindergarten through 2nd grade have their work displayed in the children's library. Grades 3 through 12, their works are displayed downstairs in the basement. It really is incredible. So for any students who are budding artists, please go check that out. It has been such an incredible year. It's my first year as Director of the Arts after being a very fortunate colleague of all of these incredible music educators for many years. And it's been amazingly fulfilling and an incredible opportunity to watch these teachers work with their students. They're so hardworking, they're incredibly dedicated, and your students are so fortunate to have this level of music education in their day-to-day schedule. So I thank you for your support, for encouraging your students to continue, and for being here tonight to see what they've been able to achieve all year. I'm so excited to hear our jazz band. They'll be up in just a moment. Thank you.
I need to know a little bit just so I get hardcore design. This one. I think I record too.
Good evening, everybody. Before we play our last piece, Zoot Suit Riot, we do have a bunch of improvisation soloists. Jake Carbajal is back there on trumpet, he's going to play a solo. Oscar Morales on guitar is going to play a solo. Lucas Falavini on tenor sax. Nick Cuevas on trumpet. Noah Vasquez on trombone. Eric Junker on trumpet. And Rowan Schaefer on drums. Here's Zoot Suit Riot. One, two, three, hit!
the one that had this one, there's a speaker, usually on the speaker. What is it? When?
Congratulations to our middle school jazz band. That was great. While at the middle school, our jazz band meets after school. It's an extracurricular ensemble. These students can look forward to our 2 curricular jazz ensembles at the high school. We have stage band, which welcomes all students at any level, and then our jazz ensemble at the high school is by audition. And it really is quite special that we have those ensembles during the school day for high school credit. That's somewhat rare in the area, so it's an incredible testament to our music program and our teachers that we can provide that for our high school students. So I look forward to seeing what these students can accomplish when they move on to that program at our high school. I'd like to take a moment to draw everyone's attention to, in the back of our program, you'll find 2 QR codes. The lower right QR code will bring you right to our Arts RVC Instagram account. We've started that this year. It's really an incredible space where I share the amazing things that are going on throughout our schools in the areas of art, music, theater, as well as family and consumer science. It is just full of joy and happiness and creativity and students doing things they love. So as you're doom scrolling through Instagram, please join us on Arts RVC. It's really a wonderful place to see what we have going on here in the district. All right. The upper left QR code will bring you to the membership page for our incredible parent organization, the Rockville Center Sponsors of the Arts. I am incredibly grateful to these parents and the work that they do. They are out in the lobby selling candy to raise money for the scholarships they provide our students. With them are some of our Tri-M Music Honor Society students from the high school. They're here getting their volunteer hours. It really is an amazing organization that provides so much support to our students. So please give generously in your candy sales, and please consider becoming an annual member. It really is an amazing job that they do, and our students are forever grateful. Soon, to finish out our evening, you'll hear from our 6th grade chorus under the direction of Anna Elias. They've been sounding wonderful. Their room is connected to my office, so I get a sneak preview every day. It's been great. I want to thank you all for being with us tonight. It has been wonderful going through our 3 grade level concerts here at the middle school. I want to wish you all a very happy, healthy spring and a wonderful summer. After our last group, please stay seated until the students are dismissed and safely leave the stage. And you can pick up your students. The band is up in the cafeteria. The orchestra is in room 120. The jazz band is in room 118. And the chorus students will head to their classrooms in the front of the building. But again, please remain in your seats until after the chorus performance has been completed and students can exit through the front aisles safely. It looks like we are almost ready. Thank you again. I look forward to this final group and have a wonderful evening.
Before we continue, I just want to have a quick bow for our 3 8th grade music studio students who accompanied us. We have Eric, Martin, and Madison. Let's hit the bow, guys. Thank you so much. This last song, we have a little bit of a track. Thank you guys so much for coming tonight to our concert. After this song, the students will go back to their classrooms where you can pick them up. Ready? play, go out the back doors.